I'm very happy to welcome you to the United Fertilizer Company Limited Field Day here at Agritech Expo site. My name is Simunji. I'm a chief agronomist. I'm going to take you through the demonstration plots for maize and tomatoes. The maize plots were planted on 6th January 2021. We applied the normal fertilizer application for smallholder farmers, where we used D-compound and also urea. In all the plots, we applied 200 kgs of D-compound and 200 kgs of urea at 4 weeks after planting. Now, if you look at plot 1, plot 1 is typical farmers' practice. It is basically having 200 kgs of basal and 200 kgs of top dressing, which is urea. When you look at plot 2, we applied 200 kgs of D-compound and 200 kgs of urea at planting. But it had an added improved potassium fertilizer application of 1 bag per hectare, which is 50 kgs per hectare for plot 2 of maize. Now, if you look at plot 2, there's those differences. The height for plot 2 is higher compared to plot 1. The color of leaves is much greener as compared to plot 1. The plot 1 leaves, they are yellow compared to plot 2. We have also seen the stems are thicker for plot 2 compared to plot 1. We have also seen the root systems. The root systems for plot 2 are well established as compared to plot 1. Now, plot 3, we applied the same application of D-compound and urea, but what varied was potassium fertilizer from MOP. We added 75 kgs per hectare of MOP. You will also see that when you go to plot 3, the leaves are much greener. They are more stronger, and even the cobs are more bigger compared to plot 1. Plot 4, we applied the same application rate of 200 kg D-compound at planting and also 200 kgs of urea as top dressing 4 weeks after planting. But we added potassium fertilization on plot 4 as 100 kgs per hectare of MOP. In other words, 2 bags of muriate of potash. When you look at all these plots, we are able to see the effects of potassium on maize crop. And the effect is that it helps in the transportation of the nutrients from the soil. Because if the root system is high, more nutrients are transported into the plant leaves and also into the flowering parts of the plant. So you would see that the plant that received extra potassium fertilization is more resilient also to climate change in terms of drought, because the plant with the well nutrition is more stronger and can stay for a longer period of time under a situation where you have less rainfall or less moisture. It can also even withstand too much water, as we have seen from this plot. The plant that has received well-balanced potassium fertilization also is resistant to diseases and pests. And in this case, you are able to see the plot that was that did not have our typical fertilization by the farmer was more prone to diseases like leaf blight. You see at which the plant is affected is much higher from the bottom. Then you find that the plant that lacks well-balanced nutrition, especially potassium, will deplete its nutrients from the lower leaves, and the lower leaves started drying or yellowing much earlier as compared to these other plots that had potassium. So that is the effect of potassium. It improves the root system, it improves the vigor in terms of the stem, and through that, the cob filling is much improved and you have bigger cobs. Potassium is very important for vegetable production as well. In this case, we are going to show you the effect of potassium on tomato production. And this tomato crop was planted on 13th of February, and the variety of this tomato is Trinity. It's a hybrid variety. The application of fertilizers also varied. The first plot, we applied 200 kg of D compound, and also we applied 200 kg of urea at flowering stage, which is about 3 to 4 weeks of planting. The second plot, we applied 200 kg of D compound and 200 kg of urea as top dressing at flowering stage 3 to 4 weeks after planting. But the difference is that plot 2 has got extra potassium fertilization of 50 kg per hectare. Then plot 3, we also applied D compound just as first plot, and also applied top dressing just as in the first plot. But we added extra potassium through mop of 100 kg per hectare. Plot 4 received double amount of basal dressing in terms of D compound, which was 400 kg per hectare. But top dressing was urea at 200 kg per hectare. The extra improved fertilization of potassium was added as 100 kg per hectare. So this is the difference in the treatments of our tomato plots. But now you'll be able to see that the difference between plot 2 to plot 1, they differ in the color. Then you also see that the difference in the number of fruits. The fruits on plot 2, plot 3 and plot 4, there are many as compared to plot 1. The fruits also are bigger compared to plot 1. Then I talked about the earliness. Our observation here during our demonstration of this plot is that the flowers and fruiting was much earlier on the plots which were applied by potassium fertilizer as compared to plot 1, which is our usual practice. And you are able to see that the tomato has started ripening on the other side. Like for plot 3, we have seen that tomato that is even ripened. So it is very, very important that farmers can use this fertilizer on their crops to improve their yields. And then the storage part is also improved when you are using potassium. To conclude this part, I wish to thank you farmers to come to this event, which is a platform where we are demonstrating the differences in the application of potassium fertilizer to make improved nutrition in the soil, which is a balanced nutrition of the crop. We understand that you farmers, you are hardworking and you have even some experience. So we have brought you here so that you can see for yourselves and that you usually believe in seeing in most cases. So by coming here, you are observing the effect of potassium on crop management. I would like also to mention that United Fertilizer Company Limited, UFCL, is representing 2 companies in Russia, which are the manufacturers of fertilizers. One of them is Eurocali and the other is Eurochem. Eurocali manufactures mop, while Eurochem concentrates in nitrogen fertilizers like calcium nitrate, urea, ammonium nitrate. I wish that this demonstration has brought some added value through UFCL, and that is the aim of the company, to add value and exchange the knowledge with the farmers and also with the people who are working on the ground. To explain further, some of these people who are influential on the ground include the extension officers that are working with the Ministry of Agriculture, who are with the farmers on a daily basis. And that's why we have brought these extension officers to come here so that they can disseminate this knowledge further even to the farmers who did not come here.
The demo is of much importance to me. It will benefit me a lot as a small-scale holder farmer. I have acquired the knowledge of how to use, how much, the quantity that I should use in order to improve the productivity.
I've learned to say adding potassium to our crops is more beneficial because even the shelf life of the produce improves.
It will help me as a farmer in terms of improving my productivity in various crops that I do grow at my farm.
It will help me in the future if I apply together with the D which I've learned about it. Then it will be good for me whether I plow or I make it in reaping, it will be just the same.
From my own experience, as I've learned, I've seen I should struggle a lot for this coming season so that I can come up with the same product.
I wish you well and hope you are going to practice this knowledge for better improvement of our lives. Thank you very much.